I've always loved climbing. I did it a little when I was little, and most of my friends are in the club, and I needed something to do on Sundays.
I was one of the founding members of Climbing Club. I've been rock climbing since I was a little kid, and when I heard about the wall and knew it was getting built, I definitely recognized the opportunity that it would bring to the community and how much fun it would be, and it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, I think my favorite thing about climbing is the individual challenge, especially with the wall here, with the Doan wall. People can challenge themselves the way they want to be challenged. So you could see a climb that has a bunch of holds on it and maybe choose to only use some of them. You can make it work for you. If you don't want to climb up just the red route, you can climb what we call rainbow and just use every hold. So there's different ways of being successful and different ways of setting your own challenges. And it's been rewarding for me as an advisor to see people develop in climbing and be really challenged when they get to us the first time, but then over the course of sometimes just weeks, often months, they get better and better and better. And to see that growth is a lot of fun.
Probably the people. They're fun people. I also like building my strength.
My favorite thing about climbing would be the community. I have made a lot of friends through climbing. We will just go and hang out twice a week or 3 times a week. It's just fun to catch up with everybody in a non-school environment, even if it is at school.
I think people should join Climbing Club because it's a good community. Everyone's very welcoming and kind. They're always excited to see you there. You also get stronger and learn how to tie knots and belay and climb.
I think people should join up with the club for the exercise, the community and camaraderie. People just enjoy hanging out. We eat all the time. We have snacks on Sunday nights a lot of times. We've got some nice traditions that are coming now just in the 3rd year of climbing. But it's a really friendly place where everybody is welcome. We have all body types climb. We have all experience levels climb. And really we just want people to give it a try.
I think people should join Climbing Club because it's a really good way to face your fears. We've had a lot of people come who are like, oh, I'm really afraid of heights. I don't know if I'll actually go up that far. And then like 2 months later, they're one of the best climbers here. So it's definitely a very good skill. It's really hard, it gets you really strong, and it's a really good experience for people looking to get out of their comfort zone.
I think I've been climbing for almost a year. I used to do it a little bit when I was younger.
I've been climbing on and off since I was probably 5 or 6. The first time I climbed was in Acadia National Park in Maine with my granddad and my father. And then I've climbed like every summer since then, but I've been climbing weekly since freshman year when the Doan climbing wall was built.
I have been climbing since I was in high school, so since all of their ages. I started in northern New Hampshire on outdoor granite cliffs, and I've climbed in gyms and outdoors both, but it's basically been for about 30 years.
I tried to. Unfortunately, there's not another like big gym here in Corning. The closest one recently opened up in Binghamton. I'm still yet to go over there. But whenever I'm going through a city like Rochester, Buffalo, I'll always try to stop by the climbing gym and get a couple hours in.
Yeah, so I do climb outside of Climbing Club at other local gyms. We've climbed at Central Rock Gym in Syracuse and Rochester. There's a new place out in Binghamton that we haven't gotten to yet called The Pad that looks awesome. And actually a student from CPPHS, a graduate, is one of the route setters out there. So we have a connection for CPP out at The Pad. But indoor, outdoor, both, it's a blast.
The most challenging climb I've done here was an old climb on Lane 3. It was purple, and it was like notorious for being like insanely difficult. I was one of like 3 or 4 people to ever like fully climb it. But the hardest one I've done outside of here was one in Spokane, Washington. When I was out there, I went to a gym called Wild Walls, and there was this crazy hard like red hair that me and my brother were working on like the entire day, and we finally got it at like the very end.
6 was really hard because it was like the block, and I wasn't really used to doing that. I was just used to going straight up.
The most challenging climb I've ever done, I mean indoors, there's been some on that wall that have really, really challenged me. I think outdoors, I did a 800-foot climb one time in northern New Hampshire that was, most of like half a day or so. I did that when I was much younger. One of the things that I like about this wall behind us is that the climbs and the routes change pretty regularly, so there's always new challenges to embrace.
It was created in 2022, and it was in memorial of Adam Doan. He lost a battle with mental health when he was 25 or so. He grew up in Corning and really loved rock climbing. He has climbed all over the world, but he grew up climbing on some very unsafe and very sketchy walls around here that aren't meant to be climbed. It was like shale and stuff. It was super sketchy. So his parents put together the idea of the Doan Climbing Wall in order to both memorialize him, but also provide a safe space for kids to explore rock climbing.
So people can join the climbing club by joining our Google Classroom. Occasionally there's notes in the hallway about that for the join code and stuff. People can come up to the Student Media Lab above the library and see me or see Ms. Hill. She's one of the earth science teachers in the science wing. Both of us can add people to the classroom that way. We have a Remind the classroom, and that's how we get word out for when the climbs are.